Friday night in the SEC at Sewell Thomas Stadium, the 12th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide by all means have overcome tons of expectations as they started their first home SEC slate of the year. The #1 team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers, eye revenge after a 6-5 loss last night in the series opener. And with that, we welcome you high above the diamond from the Joe. Casey Roehl with former big leaguer Lance Cormier on hand. So glad you're with us. Lance, there were a lot of questions around Alabama entering this weekend. Are they for real? Can they compete with the top dogs in the SEC? They got a win yesterday. How do they follow that up tonight?
Rushing touchdown last week. He goes to the air. Deep ball. Burris is open. Nana Burris. Did he come down with it? Yes, sir. Touchdown, Hatters.
Stumbles and has a shot muted. Turnbull and Hughes were there to meet him. On the lob, Pisano goes up and throws it down.
They set up the middle. Daly for the championship. The Cardiac Cats have done it again. It wasn't a question of if, it was a question of when. Outright champs for back-to-back seasons.
O'Hara the steal. Bank pass. Ufko a possible breakaway. Ufko driving for the win. Score! Ufko magic. UMass takes it in overtime.
Daly corks it. Left center. That drops. It gets all the way to the track. Colors being pinwheeled around third. And Kara Daly provides the dramatics again. Mizzou recaptures the lead.
Curveball, that's drilled. Fisher knows it. The Tennessee bench knows it. And the Vols have doubled their lead.
Talk with Fighting Illini head coach Tyra Perry. Coach, you gathered your group a few moments ago, just chatting outside the dugout. What was said a few moments ago as you get ready to step back up to the plate? Emma, I'm a bit curious. At one point, it was 16-10. Coach Skinner utilized his second timeout. What was said in that moment to really galvanize the team to pull away here in 4 sets? 2-0 win for Mizzou on Florida. First victory for the Tigers in conference play this year. A big reason why Kate Phillips, a career-high 9 saves. KP, good stuff. You're an aspiring ESPN reporter, so I want your best post-match analysis of your performance in between the pipes tonight.
Hagan Banks in out of the pen to pitch this 6th. Guy who's similar to Bobby Alcott, coming off some arm issues, had some surgery last year. Nothing as serious as Alcott coming back from shoulder problems. But pitching here in the big spot as we approach the later innings in this rubber game. First pitch strike in there to Jay Abernathy, hitting in that 2-hole. Hitless in his first 3 ABs today.
Hagan Banks is a guy that's very much up-tempo. A lot of times, this is a little slower. I was going to say the pitch clock doesn't get to usually 15, but it got to 10 right there. But he's a very up-tempo guy. Fastball, slider, has a good changeup. Hasn't used it very much this year. But you're right, coming back from some surgery, arm issues, and fastball is going to be in the 86 to 90 range.
One and 2 to Abernathy. Are you a fan of the pitch clock?
It's kind of indifferent. I was a guy who liked to get the ball and go, so I don't think it really would have affected me. But yeah, especially on this side of the game, right? We always want faster ball games as a fan.
Abernathy unable to hold up. EKs for the second time.
Well, this is very uncharacteristic for the Vols offense. Haven't chased very much this weekend. Great job right there by Banks, though, of expanding his zone, and if they're going to go out and get it, use it.
Bases clean with Hunter Ensley stepping into the box. Been more of a quiet performance for the Tennessee captain today comparatively to yesterday. 3 hits in game 2. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats today. High and tight. He did not go around on the appeal to Mayhew Edwards.
That shows you the depth, Casey, though, of that lineup, where you have a guy that kind of carried the offense the first 2 games, hasn't done much. They obviously had that single in the first inning, but Cade the next 2, and they still putting runs on the board every inning.
And Hunter Ensley, he's a story of being a guy that literally comes from the place you would least expect it to have a breakout career. I mean, born in Alaska in Ketchikan, he grew up in Kasan, which is a small fishing village on the Prince of Wales Island. Population of 30, that was according to the last census. A population of 30. There are more people in this press box than where Ensley was born. His mother was born and raised in Southeast Alaska, moved to Huntington, Tennessee when he was 5, which, by the way, isn't that much bigger comparatively to other cities in Tennessee, as Ensley shoots it out to right. Fowler makes the grab there, quickly 2 outs. I mean, Hunter Ensley a joke too, going from Kasan, Alaska to Huntington, Tennessee felt like going from small town Americana to a mid-major city. Then he said going to Knoxville was like taking a small little trip from small town America to maybe Manhattan or to Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's tough to find a team when you only have 30 people in your state, right? Yeah, you obviously are definitely playing some travel baseball to go find something.
Andrew Fisher takes high. Home run back in the 3rd. Alaska does have the fewest active Division I baseball players out of all 50 states. Ensley is one of 2 players playing power college baseball among power conference teams, the only other being at Oregon with Cohen Nikolai, one of the top catchers in the most recent high school prep ranks, playing for the Ducks. Oh. 2-1. Fisher in the driver's seat, up 3 balls and a strike. He's been given a couple green lights this series. Both times have been home runs. You give him the green light here, 3-1.
Oh, no question. Got a guy like this who wants to do damage, 3-1. This is the hitter's count he wants to be in.
Taking, and the count runs full.
Boy, a lot of times when you see a hitter take that pitch, that's maybe a little bit more to him, but sometimes the aggressiveness will get a guy to want to swing at that, but that's a hitter thinking off-speed pitch, 3-1.
Inside, Fisher draws a walk. The SEC leader in base on balls has 2 today, 28 on the year. Inning extended for Dalton Bargo. Triple and a home run today. Showed these fans he is indeed human after flying out in the 4th. Fouls off the first pitch. You a big fan of that, seeing a pitcher for the first time this weekend, first inning out of the pen, swinging away first pitch?
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy that's comfortable. We've already mentioned he had 4 straight at bats where he hit for the cycle, basically. And so, yeah, if you get the fastball you want, sometimes you won't get that. That might be the only pitch you get that's hittable. So now, if it's a guy coming out there, let's say it's just electric stuff, different situation, but in a 5-0 ball game, in the lineup, yeah, it's not a pressure-packed at bat for you. Now, if it's a 2-1 ball game, and you might want to see, yeah, it's a little different story.
Bargo turns on a fastball inside, just wide of that right field chunk. I assume what you meant by facing guys with electric stuff, you were referring to your little spry chicken days playing here at Alabama back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Absolutely not. I was referring to the guys that we have seen that continuously come out of the Tennessee bullpen. Everybody throwing in the mid to upper 90s.
That was light work for you back in the day.
Mid to upper 80s.
Well, you did say, and that could just be the case of, you know, I don't want to say old guy, but definitely more seasoned guy. You know, back in my day, they didn't pump the jugs guns up as much as they do now.
Well, that's something my oldest boy will like to say he throws harder. So that's why I say, well, the guns are different. So that's usually just to kind of put him in his place.
Okay. This has been a theme for Tennessee's lineup over the last couple days. No easy innings for the Bama pitching staff. Over 20 pitches for Banks in his first frame out of the pen this weekend. Bargo takes, throw back to first. Fisher in there without much problem. Third game of the weekend for those who are just now tuning in. Alabama shocked the #1 team in the country on Thursday. The Vols had their revenge yesterday, and so far, Tennessee in the driver's seat, up 5 in this rubber game. Bargo pounds it foul down the right field line. He's taking some batting practice swings in his last couple ABs, letting it turn and burn.
Yeah, but that's a guy that's comfortable in the box, right? Seeing the ball good, everything feels like it's hittable, and doing a nice job of keeping his hands in. The way that ball hit, the first one that was almost fair, I think there's no way that ball's going to be that close, and he keeps his hands in nice.
He waves and misses through 88 high. Clean inning authored by Hagan. Banks out of the pen. Bama down 5 as we play into the last of the 6th.